Welcome to Melanated Mondays. I'm your host, Aj.
And I'm Tay, and we're here to review our favorite books written for us by us.
Period.
Today we will be reviewing A Beauty Queen's Millionaire Gangster by Black Lavish. Please be aware that there will be spoilers and explicit content for mature audiences only. There were no triggers for this episode, but yeah, there's a lot. So go look them up.
So, what would you rate this one, friend?
I don't know. I like mess and drama, and so
Girl, it's
I'm
a
like,
five for me
this
because
was a five for me. I'm like, maybe I was doing the most, but
it gave Tubi, and I love a good Tubi. So I was like, this literally was like a Tubi movie. I loved it. It was a five.
yeah, it gave me everything I needed. It was so much drama. I wasn't even expecting it to have that much drama, but
I
like
feel like every chapter something happened, and I was like, "Whoa, where are we going with this? Like,
I
what's happening?"
that was my biggest thing. I really didn't know where anything was going. Like from the beginning I was like, oh, okay, she's a beauty queen and like her mom is, very on her ass about like being, you know, Georgia, and like you have to
Hmm.
be the best of the best. And so like I really thought like she was gonna turn and like kill her mama or something, because I already knew it was messy. But I didn't expect anything that happened in this book at all.
No, I'm literally just like when I first started it, I was like, okay, we got Treasure, our main character. She's a beauty queen. Love that. Love a black beauty queen. Love
Period.
that. And then when it started talking about her mom, I was like, okay. I will say what made me sad was that Coco, her cousin, was actually jealous of her, and like Treasure really thought they were like best friends, like loved her down, and it
Oh,
turned out like Coco was really so jealous of Treasure. That made me sad
yeah, and
because
like
I was like, obviously her mom was like, they ghetto, you don't need to have nothing to do with them. But I was like, oh, like she still is like still keeping that relationship with her cousin, like even though her cousin a little ghetto. It's okay. We all got a ghetto
she
cousin. We all got a ghetto cousin. So
no, for real. But she like really adored her cousin. Like she was like,
she
I don't care if
did.
she's
That's
ghetto. Like she was my favorite cousin. Like I loved her up and down. Like it didn't matter what
that's
she did. I
oh,
loved her. And so the fact that the cousin had like this underlying jealousy to the point where she
that
was
hurt
just
my
like,
heart.
I don't fuck with her at all. Like fuck that bitch. All
This
behind
bitch
her
is
back.
a
I was like,
yeah.
this shady bitch.
She's like, ugh, this bitch is so annoying. She thinks she's so good. Blah blah blah. She thinks everyone needs to worship her. Blah blah blah. And then on Treasure's End, she's just like, me and Coco are best friends. That's my cousin. I love her so much. And Coco was just so like, ugh, I can't stand this bitch.
She was so grimy,
I
like
was like,
super grimy.
why? I'm like, why are we doing this? So
Right.
that made me sad because I was like, oh, we're gonna get, you know, a close cousin relationship. Like they're
Man,
close. And that's what I thought we were gonna kind of get. And it
no.
was more like Treasure was just like, I can't stand this bitch low key.
I knew
But
that hurt your heart as close as you are with your cousin.
oh my god, I'm like, girl, I literally worship the ground my cousin walks on. Okay, like
No, I know. I'm like,
let me
honestly,
find out. Let me find out. I'm about to text Tiff like, bitch.
you
let
better
me.
love me.
I'm like, let me find out you don't love me for real. But I was
Yeah.
like, so from the beginning, okay, short synopsis, guys. We have our main character, Treasure. She's a beauty queen. Her mom is on her ass, just wanting her to do good. Her cousin Coco, she a little ghetto. She still live in the hood. Treasure's mom does not want her hanging out with Coco. She feels like it's not good for her image and that she needs to stay away. So Treasure decides to go over there because Coco's daughter wants to have a birthday party that is treasure themed because she's a beauty queen. And so in her mind, she's like a celebrity. So they throw the party and Treasure's going to go. Coco is so annoyed because she really doesn't want her to go. But, it's for her daughter. So she kind of sucks it up. And then we get there, and then from the moment she gets her shit just kind of just starts unraveling. It really just kind of goes downhill from there. And Treasure is in a relationship with a man named Chris, but he cheated on her, and his baby mama just dumped the baby on their doorstep, and that's how she found out. So she's already going through a lot, and at this barbecue, she meets Kane. And Kane, I'm not gonna lie, he was giving.
He was given fine.
He
Okay.
was giving fine as hell. So I
Kane was
understood.
wrapped up in some shit though. Like he
He
was like
was.
an accused rapist, and like it really came out that he wasn't really guilty, and was more so set up. So it was like, oh, okay, like more understandable.
Yeah,
But at first I was like, oh,
yeah,
should we
no,
be wary of him?
at first I was like, ooh girl. And then when it turns out Coco also has someone who she's been with for years, her baby dad Dion. And it turns out Coco had fucked Kane one time. And so she low key is like obsessed with him, but he don't want to pay her no mind. So when Treasure gets to the party, all the men are lusting after her. And Coco was really fucking mad. And she was ready for her to go home. And so she goes and tells Dion, like, this bitch thinks she's everything and she thinks she's so special. So they come up with the plan to drug her so that she can show the real her.
Which was so shady.
Shady as hell. And while she is drugged, Dion tries to rape her, which is
Mhm.
Coco's man. So,
Right.
not you trying to rape my cousin. What the fuck? And Kane witnesses it and pretty much beats his ass. And then, but Dion, obviously, he's not going to tell Coco that. So he's going to lie and pretend like Treasure is just this hoe trying to sleep with him. When
Yeah.
really, he was so underwhelming. Sir, don't nobody want to sleep with you.
Right. Like, bro, you got a baby mama. Like, you're worthless. You're not doing anything, anyways. Get the hell on.
You ain't even doing nothing with your life. Like,
Period.
I, what really threw me for a loop was the baby.
Oh, the baby story.
Ah!
Oh my god, pissed
That
me all the way off.
that broke my heart because I'm like, one, not you got the nerve to be mad that she's mad you had a baby on her.
Yeah,
What? Like,
but it went even further. Like he was a fucking idiot, like a whole idiot. Like the fact that this motherfucker decided to go shopping and leave a baby in the car,
girl.
he needed to die. Like he needed to die because what is absolutely wrong? What is wrong with you as an infant? Like, come on now, you dummy. He was just an idiot, and I really hated his character. And I was just like, how is he even still living right now?
Once he definitely, at first, once he was like talking shit to her when she was like upset, like, sir, this woman just came and dropped a whole ass child off on our doorstep.
And you want me to be happy
And,
go lucky about it?
and then you got the nerve to be cussing me out. What
Right.
what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
That is really what threw me. And then yes, when he went, because he was drinking and acting like a fucking psychopath. And then you gonna go and leave the baby in the car in the hot ass weather. And didn't
Yeah.
he say the baby was out there for like an hour?
Yes.
And then so
In like 90-degree weather,
so
almost
Chris's
100.
story was crazy because he literally was a doctor and ended up killing a patient. And then so he lost his job, and then he gets this baby and ends up killing the damn baby. Like, what do
Right.
you have fucking going on, sir?
Like you're an idiot. He just didn't know how to keep anybody alive. Like
He
I'm
was
really
just
glad he's not
dumb.
in the
I'm
not
like, how are you a doctor?
thank you. I'm glad he's not because he was really fucking stupid and he made me so mad. At every turn, like he made no logical decisions and it was just like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, how did this man become a doctor? Because once we seen him in those moments, I'm like, this man seems dumb as hell. Like, How are you a doctor?
He was an idiot, and it was really irrational for him to make all the decisions that he did, and none of them panned out the way that he thought they were going to.
Yeah.
Mm,
And I'm like, okay, so pretty much the rest of the story is Treasure ends up going home with Kane. And he doesn't try to sleep with her because he's being respectful and he knows she's drugged. Treasure doesn't know she was drugged until he tells her, like, you were definitely drugged. That's why you're acting like that. And so from there, then Treasure realizes, like, she really does want to fuck Kane
like,
because,
he's kind of fine.
girl, duh. What are you
He
doing?
talking to me nice. He look good. He sound good. He
He's
look like a good man.
clean.
He clean.
Yeah. So then Treasure and Kane, they end up doing what they gotta do. And Coco plans on going over there and calls Kane, but he kind of dismisses her because he don't have no reason to talk to her and he doesn't want to. And so she takes it upon herself to just pop up,
Oh, she was foul.
and her cousin was there, and it was a whole fucking thing.
No,
Like,
she go. I want. She said something along the lines like, "I want her to suffer because she's out here with my man." And it was like, wait a second, like this is not your man. Like you slept with this
girl,
man one time, and like, why are you claiming him as your man? I'm sorry, that threw me for a loop. I literally bust out laughing because I was like, why are you claiming this man who he barely even know you? Owned.
exactly. Like, girl, be for real.
She was really ridiculous, and it was like, okay, I don't I don't know what's going on with her. I really don't.
Exactly. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, you can't be mad that he likes your cousin when you literally are still with Dion. You have a whole man. Yes, he's foul. Yes, he's cheating on you. Also, your fault though, because you're staying with him. So,
Period.
so then Kane looks at her and she's just like, can't stand this bitch. She just thinks she all that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, in the book,
She was a
Treasure
hater.
Treasure gave so, like, she just gave humble. Like, she didn't walk around thinking she was, like, stuck
Yes.
up or anything. And that's what pissed me off because it was like Coco was such a fucking hater. And I'm like, it would be different if her cousin was like, I'm gonna treat everybody like scum of the earth because I'm a beauty queen. But that literally wasn't even the vibe. Like, she was
Right.
so humble and so sweet. And her cousin was just a fucking hater.
Yeah, her cousin was definitely a hater. And it was giving like, why are you so jealous of her? But then the damn twist with her mama and stuff, I was like, oh, okay. No wonder you're
Girl.
a hater because that's a lot. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It just kept the
It kept
story just
going. I don't want to spoil too much because I feel like that's something we
yeah,
should
that's
leave
like
to
a
the reader.
big that's a big one.
But I get why she was like feeling that jealousy like her whole life. Like I really do. But at the same time, I'm like, dial back, bitch. Like, call,
Dial it back.
dial it
Your
back just a little bit.
your cousin is a sweet, nice girl. Like, she ain't even doing nothing to you. I would understand. That's why I said I would understand if Treasure was like treating her like shit. Like, oh, like,
Treasure
I'm
was so sweet.
like
She was
I'm better
super
than
sweet.
you, blah blah blah. Then okay, then I would understand if you're like, okay, like, this bitch is weird, don't like that. But she really was so sweet and just loved her cousin so much, and her cousin was just a hating ass bitch, and
The
I was
biggest
fucking over
hater.
her. I was
Yeah.
over her.
Yeah. And her, I mean, her mama was not shit. Treasure's mom wasn't shit. Her cousin wasn't
Oh my
shit.
god, it was just.
Her aunt damn near wasn't shit. Her man wasn't shit.
I'm like, girl, if you and Kane don't just run away and move somewhere else because you are really around a whole bunch of not shit ass people. Like,
No,
I'm like,
period.
everyone in your life is literally not shit. And I just feel terrible because you're just living this life with all these people that fucking suck and don't care about you. And it's really troubling.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Like, I really wanted them to like start a new life somewhere else, and Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this was a wild fucking ride.
And then like Nami being toxic because Nami wanted her to run away with this man that she just met. Like,
No,
girl, we don't.
period. Like, I don't care about fast love. I complain. That's one thing I
But
complain about it so much is, oh my God, they fell in love way too fast. But girl, I don't care. You met this nigga last night. That's your man.
no,
Okay.
no, for real. Once they met, I was like, oh, they go together.
Yeah,
That's her man.
that's
That's
her
her
man.
man.
Kane is
And
her man.
yeah, and it just, I was like, okay, girl, just run away with him. Like, that's your man.
And I'm like, he's and now the title of it makes sense because he was a little gangster, but he was also a millionaire and he was taking care of her too. So it was like a beauty queen's millionaire gangster. And I liked this book. I really, really did. I thought it was full of drama. Literally probably one of like the most full of drama books we've read in a minute. And I liked it. I liked every bit of it.
It was definitely given to be, and I ate it up because I love me a little Tubi book. Love
Period.
it. So if you're looking for something that is short, it's a short little novella, but also has like a lot of shit that happens
Yeah.
within that short amount of time.
Packed a fucking
I would
punch.
definitely recommend this book. It was amazing. Go read it. It's messy and I love it.
Yes, go read it. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.